got the rocket stove resolved. Last time we finished up the rocket stove and went to get it started, and so we put a bunch of sticks in on this side, and then I took some paper and I crammed it in there. I don't know what I was thinking, lit it. It made a mess. It caught all these sticks on fire. A bunch of ash went down there, clogged up the flow. It wasn't working right. And then I remembered, that's not even the design. The design is that you put the fuel on this side, the air goes on this side, and you light it here. So today, what we got is, we've got our sticks on this side. We took a little bit of kind of some fire starter, put it down in there with a little bit of paper, lit it, it worked. And if you listen, you can hear a little bit of that rocket sound. And so it is looking good, and every once in a while you'll see a flame come out of there. Very, very pleased with that. There's just something that is just very satisfying when you set out to do something and it works like it's supposed to. This is really what we're talking about today in our devotional. Today we're talking about the word blessed. It's when everything's right. The passage is over in Psalms 32:1, and it says, "Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven and whose sin is covered." Well, see, what happened is, if we don't do things according to the design, we'll be kind of like me, and we'll shove that paper down in the wrong side. All of a sudden it'll clog up the flow and things will not work like they're supposed to. I had to pull everything out, dump out all that ash, get it all cleaned up, and now it's flowing like it's supposed to. Well, that's what God does for us. This is what David is referring to in this psalm, is that God has forgiven him from his transgressions. And no doubt this is referring to his sin with Bath-sheba and what had happened with her husband, all of that. And God is intended to resolve that and to clean all that out. This idea of being blessed, when you really look at the definition, it is receiving the divine favor of God. And boy, there is something really fulfilling about that. There's something that is very satisfying about having the divine favor or approval of God. Why? Because our sins are covered. We think covered is this idea that we're just going to hide it. But have you ever had somebody that you went out to lunch with and they're like, "Oh, I got it covered"? It's that payment. It's that I'm taking care of that. And so God has got you covered. Now, if you go over to Matthew 5 or Luke 6, you'll come across the Beatitudes. And in there, you'll see this progression. It's just absolutely wonderful. And it is a progression, as one writer was saying, is in your salvation experience, how you come to know the Lord. Now, it ends kind of with this idea that there's going to be some tribulations. There's going to be some difficulties. The idea of being blessed is you have such a deep inner joy that no matter what happens on the outside, you're right on the inside. Well, this is the situation here. Is no matter what the temperature is on the outside, as long as you've got the flow going like it's supposed to, it's going to work. And so God is going to work on the inside to get that flow going in your life. I hope when the term blessed is used, it's something that either you have or it's something that you desire and you're striving towards. I wasn't going to rest until this thing was working like it was supposed to. And I hope you're not going to rest until you're working like you're supposed to. Spend some time in this busy, busy season praying to God and asking Him to make things clear in your heart and your mind. Ask Him to show you what it means to be blessed. I'm going to try to resolve this smoke issue. Hopefully, you'll find that God can resolve your blessed issue in your life. May God, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, richly bless you during this season and all that is to come ahead. Take care, and we'll see you soon.